Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going over the new KDA event as well as 2 new card changes and everything that comes with the new KDA event, as I just said. So anyway, as far as patch notes go, we do have 2 changes. Lee Sin got nerfed to 5 mana and 5 health. Now I say this is a nerf. Some people think it's a buff. I think that's a nerf because the 1 mana 4 to 5 is much worse than his health going from 4 to 5. He already gets barrier. I mean, why do you need an extra health? It's not like you're playing him turn 4 every game. Some games you might, but like it definitely changes the way he feels, and I feel like it's going to make him worse. And then Make It Rain went from 2 to 3. This is going to completely change the dynamic of the card. It's no longer going to be that high value card it was. It's going to be played in 2-ofs or 1-ofs, but definitely not 3-ofs anymore. I just don't feel like it has that much value. And now let's talk about the KDA event. So the event is pretty interesting. It goes along with the new song, I think, although I'm not super up to date on all that stuff. So, of course, it's like the regular ones. We have new pets, emotes, and a lot of them you have to pay for. But one of the things you don't have to pay for is the new cards. There are a bunch of new cards. Let me go see if I can find them all. I'm just thinking about how I would filter these. They are all spells. So I'm just gonna do unowned. Let's go talk about the cards. So first we have Go Hard. Go Hard is drain 1 from a unit, shuffle 2 copies into your deck. Once you cast me 3 times, make it into a Packet Bags, and Packet Bags is a board wipe, deals 5 to everything in the enemy nexus, and changes the cards back to Go Hard. So Go Hard fills up your deck, creates a board wipe eventually, but overall, it's a very slow card that is meant to generate value and be a really grindy card, but nothing in the meta really wants that, and games aren't going that long. This seems like a really weird card, except if you're in a super controlling meta where you just need a reoccurring way to finish the game that doesn't really harm your deck that much. And like we've seen this in Messenger Sigil, I just don't feel like it's going to be a great card. Let's see, what else do we have? So I have to go find these cards. Man, I actually don't own a lot of cards. So the next card is Go Get It. 5 mana, recall an ally to summon an exact ephemeral copy in its place, reduces cost to 0. I do want to mention with these KDA cards, I'm pretty sure they're all part of the game. At first I didn't think they were, I thought they were fake, but apparently they are, and it's actually super cool. So Go Get It, basically it gets the summon effect of whatever you play, you get it back into your hand, you can recast it for free. You get a free ephemeral unit, so elusives, they who endure, seems pretty powerful. You can just double up on anything and get that effect twice. And that seems really powerful for spell synergistic decks, really grindy decks. And it is in Ionia, so Karma's going to work pretty well. You're going to get double of it. So if you're playing Spooky Karma, Ledros, if you're playing, I don't know, Lux. No, what's another good Karma deck? Karma Freljord, I guess, if you want to get some sort of weird spell. I don't know. There's not a lot of good Karma decks, guys. There just aren't. Next, we have Out of the Way, a 5 mana slow speed. For the rest of the game, your allied buffs are permanent, draw 1, except for barrier, of course. Overall, if we're talking about stat buffs, those aren't really important. You know, there are a lot of good stat buff cards. I don't know what you would combo this with. The effects that aren't permanent already, like back-to-back, for example, are good because they just give your unit extra health and attack. Like back-to-back in a Demacia deck is never being played for the damage unless you have a weird lethal. And at that point you have lethal, so you don't need it to be permanent. It also gives it the health, meaning your units survive an extra attack, which is why you play it, and the health goes away after that. So if we're talking about strategy and card games, this card is not going to be at all very good. Now if we're talking about the until end of turn quick attack, until end of turn elusive, maybe some Overwhelm that I'm not thinking of. Noxus can give non-permanent Overwhelm. So that would make those cards permanent. Now, this is Targon, so it worked okay with some of those regions. I don't know. Quick Attack seems pretty funny with this, but overall, I just don't know how good it's going to be. I can't remember all the effects off the top of my head, so I guess we'll have to see. Oh, for Demacia would actually not be that bad. Actually, that would actually be pretty good. I don't know, guys. We'll just have to try it out and see. The next card we have is Give It All. Raise all allies' power and health to the highest power of health among allies. Grant allies allied keywords. So basically, if you have a They Who Wonder and a board full of just random weird units, you make everything a They Who Wonder. That's only really useful if your They Who Wonder got stunned or you just don't have a way to close out the game. You can give the whole board elusive, but most elusive decks already have enough elusives to fill that up. And you can play this early as turn 5. And by turn 5, you don't really have a large, wide board. Now, if you're playing discard aggro, and say you play the 4-drop. So basically, turn 1 and 2, you save spell mana. Turn 3, you play a ton of discard cards, rummage, whatever. You fill up the board as wide as you possibly can. And then you play the Gladiator dude, I don't remember what his name is, who gets +1/+1 for each ally on board. And then you give it all, give everything that same stat line, everything overwhelm, and you attack, and I guess you might be able to win. You also give everything Challenger if you have the Challenger unit. I don't know. It seems really weird. We'll have to experiment with that. It could be pretty powerful. And the last card is Feel the Rush. 12 mana slow speed, summon 2 different random champions from your hand, and deck raise their stats up to 10/10. Raise is a weird keyword. As far as I understand, it's just give them 10/10. I don't know. But it seems like they'd be a permanent 10/10. That's what I'm going to assume. You summon 2 different champions from your hand and deck. So if you're playing War Mothers, then you get out a Tryndamere and a Trundle. You level up the or assume the Trundle's leveled up, or you can level him up. You got 2 10/10s with Overwhelm. Potentially even bigger once Trundle or Tryndamere levels up. That seems insane, because you're probably just winning that turn anyway, given how War Mothers decks usually go. And War Mothers doesn't create 2 champions at once, it creates 1. And you can also get out a weak unit like the 0/4, whatever it's called. And you also don't get the 10/10 stat line with Overwhelm. That just seems super insane. So overall, this is going to be a really weird card. It isn't Fry Lord, so it can just replace War Mothers. I feel like a lot of people have been talking about this. I feel like overall the ratioing is going to be weird. I'm just going to play 3 Feel the Rushes instead of War Mothers and see how it goes for the once I get the card. And if we look at the event, you get the card pretty early on. So of course it's like the other ones. You get challenges. You get it from challenges, and of course you get it from PvP wins. So my first one is Mic Check. Warm up by winning games. I have to win 4 games. And I have to win match-made games or win games against AI. Now, AI games should be pretty easy. We'll just knock those out of the park. And then we'll also warm up by winning some games. And I'll maybe do some videos on it. I'm probably going to buy it because these KDA emotes might be pretty strong. And you also just get cool cards and units. And my collection isn't complete, so I don't know, probably going to buy it. It seems pretty useful. And it's only $10, I think, and all the cards and things and emotes. The emotes are the most important thing. So definitely going to buy it. Definitely going to showcase the things I get in a video.